Maleeha, you were a candidate in the most recent 2021 federal election. You were the Conservative candidate for Whitby. I congratulate you on running what was, of course, a hard-fought race. But many Conservative supporters are looking on and saying, where did we go wrong? Not just in places like Whitby, but frankly, all across the country. What are some of the things you think the Conservative Party needs to do to secure more wins in future and upcoming elections?
Well, what went wrong was the fact that we are in a middle of pandemic. The Trudeau government chose the right time to run for re-election. They did not go anywhere. They got the same results out of this election. They got a minority government. That means there is no trust within our nation with this government. However, they have picked the lesser evil out there, in their opinion. And that's what I feel. I feel the fact that we were not able to get them the message that they wanted to hear. If you looked at the platform that came in, it was an amazing platform, which was fair to the immigrants, fair to the residents, fair to our healthcare, fair to so many issues that were there. But the messaging, in my opinion, we could have driven the message even stronger. And that's where we didn't. People did not trust the Conservative leader, I guess, in my opinion, although Aaron O'Toole, I feel, did his best to get out there, tell people what he thought that would be the most best option, pragmatic, or the best option for voters. But in this time of pandemic, it was very hard for him to reach places and people to convey his message. You have to understand the writ period was as short as possible. And that's where I feel the Trudeau government really thought this through to bring the election at the time where they could get a majority if they do really well, or minimum a minority, and that's what they've got. I feel the voters have spoken. I feel that Conservatives, as us, our leader, whoever it may be, will have to learn from what they have seen and go from one candidate to another and do a overall overview of what happened. And that's exactly what we have to look at. I see a leader that whoever will be the next leader will have to resonate with every component of Canada. Every segment of people, be it multicultural, be it people of color, be it new immigrants, old immigrants, all communities will have to be reached out and being given the confidence that the Conservatives are ready to lead. And that's exactly where we need to be. We have shown leadership in the financial crisis of 2018, when the time of Jim Flaherty in 2008, 2009, we showed leadership. We showed Canada how we can get out of that crisis that we had.
Now we're faced with a similar crisis. And as we were just saying in our first segment, we know that the cost of living is going up. We know that inflation is at an all-time high. So all of these issues are paramount. And frankly, I think they're on the minds of most Canadians. We have people who are really worried about where they're going to get food to put on the table to feed their families. We know that grocery store prices are getting higher and higher. So these issues are very real. And I will say this, my hat is off to Aaron O'Toole, and not just him, but any leader that had to fight an election during a pandemic, because the pandemic just adds all of these additional layers of challenge, I can imagine.
Absolutely. And the fact is, I was just talking on the dinner table with someone just last night, and this is what we were talking about. If the gas prices are $40 more than what they used to pay only a few months ago, we have a huge issue. Why isn't the federal government looking at other solutions? Okay, gas prices are high, carbon tax is there, and carbon tax is increasing. Okay, so what are the options to bring a affordable car with environment-friendly car? Where are the incentives for these industries to actually bring those cars in an affordable manner to people for them to have an option for this. I mean, inflation is such a huge issue right now where people will have to choose between putting the food on the table or paying their bills. And that's exactly what the problem is. Where is someone who's going from paycheck to paycheck going to cover that cost, high cost of just fuel to fuel their car?
And it comes down to fiscal responsibility.